I want to give you the most efficient way to level proficiencies for your tribesmen, and you should be doing this at whatever gear level you're at. So gear level matters more than character level or any of the other levels in Soulmask. So if you're in bronze gear, make sure you're going up against enemies that you can kill easily in bronze gear. If you're in iron, the same thing applies, and then if you're in steel, the same thing applies. So you can do this across the map wherever you want to, but this is the most efficient way because you're actually going to be leveling multiple followers at the same time. So not only the one that you're controlling, but one that you're actually bringing with you to also fight alongside you. The most important part of this entire thing is that you have the tactical guidance mask leveled to the point where you have the additional proficiency gain node unlocked for the follower that's with you. Now, I do recommend having this mask fully upgraded so that you can also buff the follower that you have with you with the special hyper armor that they get from the mimicry mode for this mask. And if you're not sure how to get your hands on this mask, I already have a guide on my channel for that, and it'll be linked in the description of this video as well as in the top right hand corner of the video. Additionally, the higher level content you push, the more experience you're going to gain from that content. So more difficult enemies are going to give you more experience. And you can see the experience on my character popping up in the lower left hand side. Now, when you have a follower with you, you do share some of that experience, or I should say they share some of that with you. I'm not 100% sure that you share the experience with them when you get a kill, but it's likely that you do. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to be able to look at that and tell if they're actually gaining that experience. So to set this up, you want to give the follower whatever weapon you want them to level up with. And then you want to take whatever weapon you want to level up with. If you need character levels as well, I recommend resting at your base before going out, then using a teleporter to get to the location where you're going to fight very quickly. Additionally, you can use seafood quinoa to buff that speed of character leveling. However, the fastest way to character level your followers is just to put them on a bench and have them craft a bunch of really high yield experience items. Personally, I recommend just putting them on a furnace and having them craft your different metals. Now, one thing you may have seen before is going into a camp and allowing the fire in that camp to be lit. That fire is an alarm for that camp, and when you allow that to be lit, more people will show up to the camp to try to make sure you can't invade it. These support NPCs are going to send you waves until you get a boss at the end of those waves. Then they will stop sending NPCs your way. Now, there's multiple fires at each camp, and if you do this properly, you can get them to light one fire, get all the enemy waves to come through, defeat all of those, then go to the other fire, get them to light that, and that will start the process all over. Now, the purpose of doing this is to just have a steady stream of enemies to kill without having to travel across the map. Personally, I like to double down on things that I'm doing in games like this. So if I need to get certain resources from, say, a dungeon, I would just do this in the dungeon. I would take that follower with me into the dungeon and go through that dungeon so that we could get the other resources that I need at that point in time, and get the proficiency levels for that character as well. So I told you the mask was very important, and the reason why is not only does it buff your tribesman that's following, it also gives them a 100% proficiency gain speed for battle type proficiencies. So whatever weapon they have, they're gaining 100% additional proficiency because you're wearing that mask. And since you're also playing as a tribesman that's leveling up, you're really doubling down on proficiency gain because you're leveling 2 at the same time. And you can swap and control the other one at any point in time to increase the proficiency gain for each one of those followers. And this is really going to boost the speed of your proficiency gains. I set all the settings in this video to the official settings, and I was able to gain a lot of proficiency levels in about 25 minutes of active interaction and combat. The 2 tribesmen that I took out, one was level 20 with level 40 in gauntlets, and at the end of that 25 minutes, they were character level 25 with 86 in gauntlets. The other character was level 16 with 35 in hammers. At the end of that 25 minutes, they were level 26 for character and 80 in hammers. Now, if you don't want to actively level battle proficiencies, you can actually use the arena to have your tribesmen fight in and gain experience towards proficiencies. And I've got a full video on doing that on my channel as well, linked in the description of this video. And I want to know in the comment section below, what's your favorite way to level proficiencies or character or anything else in Soulmask? I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for your continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. Don't forget to whack the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content. And if you don't want to be out of whack, there's another video on the screen right now that you can click to support more of my content.